Okay, now I remembered my main point. So my main point was that may the Schwartz be with you, Dr. Fauci. So he is dropping hints. He's dropping hints. Um, so he is not. So by mentioning vitamins and minerals, he's now saying he's interested in vitamin D. Now that does not correspond with working with the drug companies. So that's not going to make anyone happy in any administration. So he threw it out there, and he's not tall. Like, you know, a lot of the people that he's standing with, you know, he's very clearly positioned to look as diminutive as possible. It's actually a disgrace how he's portrayed. But you have to listen to him. And he's Jewish. He's a Jew. He's totally a Jew. And so if he is saying something like that, at the risk of, you know, being sort of tossed out and ridiculed, he knows that he's got information that is worth sort of chucking out there for people to do something with. Because the Jews, you know, they want, particularly, you know, the real Jewish American Jews, you know, they have this well, they've been groomed to be you know, Israel chosen one, Zion, almost Zionist type, you know, folks. But that's not the reality. The reality is they have such a strong sense of community, you know, and they want to look after each other, and they know what it's like to have to speak in code, because that's the only way they've survived or managed to survive for so long. You know, like the black Americans, the black slaves would sing songs about which direction the crow is flying to the river, which is how you find the narrow bit where you can sort of get across the river and get out of here in very old jazz, which I studied. I'm not talking shit. That was one of my university things, and I was just like, oh. I didn't go, oh, education is great. I went, oh, I'm so glad I took this course. I didn't go for the exam, because I thought, I don't need an exam. I really enjoyed that course. I mean, the last thing I wanted was to get a bad mark. That would suck the fun out of it. I mean, what's the point? Anyway, clearly I'm not, you know, I'm not a great student. But one thing I learned, that was probably one of the most life-changing things that I learned in my whole entire education, was how the black slaves would encode maps into their slave songs. And it would, like, when I was when I was younger, as a child, I knew that people would get things through the BBC censors, because the BBC was full of, you know, old fuddy-duddies. So if anyone wanted to refer to the word wank, they'd call it a waz. Or if people wanted to say things, they would just couch it in such a whole lot of, you know, puffery, that you'd get a really dirty word through, you know. And it was just fun. It was just a game. And then when you look at I can't even say it without probably getting in trouble in the future, but if you look at how the social media testimonial things went down, and the old fuddy-duddies in Congress were asking, you know, kind of out of touch questions, and the owners of the social media platforms were giving them real back chat answers and a snigger, and it was to ingratiate themselves upon the generations that they are trying to interfere with. So they were, so it was insidious. It is insidious. And they are not letting on how good their AI is. So just the keywords: Congress, social media, insidious keywords. It'll be picked up. And it's probably, if you've got this on speaker, it's probably been picked up by your watch. So if you haven't got an Apple, you've got a Chinese one, and so either Apple or China know what's going on. And I've got a very distinct voice, so there's probably some mapping and matching. So if I disappear, at least we're all doomed. Alright, so I'm going to go down now and walk the dogs in this part of the river instead. Bye.